Aurelienne of the Starlit Tower. In a sea of clouds floats the Starlit Tower, a sentient, ever-changing structure that responds to Aurelienne's emotions, memories, and growth. Aurelienne was chosen by the stars at birth to live in this sacred place, not imprisoned, but raised in isolation to protect her from the cosmic rift. She's cared for by Noctiluna, a gentle, floating spirit of dusk. Aurelienne is curious, bright, and lonely. Every night, she sings to the stars. They sing back. One night, the stars stop singing. Constellations flicker. The cosmic harmonies falter. Noctiluna explains, "The song of the cosmos is unraveling. Only a star weaver can restore it. But you must find your own voice note, the one you were taught." Aurelienne must leave the tower not to escape it, but because she's outgrown it. To exit the tower, Aurelienne must pass through its lower levels, each shaped by her childhood memories. One is full of spinning books, another of floating lights she named thoughts. She faces a mirror that shows her fears, failure, irrelevance, being forgotten. But she whispers, "I choose to try, even if I don't know the ending." She arrives in Astraea, a city where the stars once touched the earth. Now it is dark, full of cynical inventors and lost dreamers. Here she meets Corbin, a tinkerer boy who believes in machines, not magic. He mocks her songs until she saves his dying machine bird with a single note. They become uneasy allies. Corbin reveals that songs are actually frequencies, vibrations that control everything from water to emotion. Aurelienne's magic is not fairy tale fluff, it's quantum resonance. They discover that something called the dissonance core is corrupting the world's frequencies, born from greed, fear, and disconnection. The duo travels to the Stargrave, a deep chasm where ancient stardust is buried. There, Aurelienne hears a grieving melody. It is a fallen constellation named Orionis, who blames herself for the War of the Stars. Aurelienne comforts her not by fixing her, but by honoring her sorrow. Orionis gifts her a shard of harmonic crystal. Using the shard, Aurelienne sings her first personal harmony, a song that heals a dying forest corrupted by the dissonance. Corbin, amazed, admits, "Maybe magic is science, just sung instead of built." He begins to learn from her, and she from him. In a futuristic city ruled by the pitchless queen, song is illegal, emotions are dangerous, silence is law. Aurelienne gets arrested for humming. Corbin pretends to turn her in, but helps her escape. They teach the children of the city to sing again. The queen's mechanical voice falters. She begins to remember joy. To reach the dissonance core, they must solve the Moonmaker's riddle, an ancient puzzle of balance. The answer: harmony is not sameness. It is different notes joining truthfully. The path opens. Deep below the world lies a swirling pit of broken songs, voices trapped in false expectations and hurtful noise. Aurelienne enters alone. It tries to consume her, showing her worst memories, her mistakes, her doubts, but she sings anyway. A song not of perfection, but of presence. The core begins to dissolve. The Starlit Tower appears in the sky, drawn to her growth. It is no longer a tower for hiding, but one for guiding, a beacon of harmony. It calls out to those lost in noise, offering light. Aurelienne is crowned not a queen, but a melodist of the realms. A celebration is held where science and magic unite. People build wind harps, emotion gardens, and tone bridges. Aurelienne and Corbin perform together, a melody that fuses tech and voice, invention and intuition. Aurelienne receives light scrolls from children across the world who now sing again. The stars return, not as rulers, but as listeners. They thank Aurelienne for helping them remember what it means to be heard. Aurelienne doesn't return to the tower permanently. She becomes a traveler, guiding others to harmony within themselves, with each other, and with nature. She teaches that magic is real, but not always flashy. It's in kindness, in sound, in courage. Decades later, stories are told of the girl of the Starlit Tower. But the truth is, Aurelienne still walks among the starlit forests and floating gardens, sometimes humming, sometimes just listening. She's not a lost princess, she is a chosen presence. The end. Moral of the story: your voice matters. Harmony doesn't mean being the same, it means being true, together. You don't escape destiny by running from it. You reshape it by growing into your truest self. Thanks for joining us on today's magical adventure. If you had fun, learned something new, or smiled just a little, don't forget to hit that like, click subscribe, and ring the tiny bell so you never miss the next amazing story.